Today I'm going to show you how to Travis pick on your baritone ukulele. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and just take it from the top. Let's put those tabs up. Today we're talking about some Travis picking, okay? So what is Travis picking? Travis picking comes from Merle Travis, and it's where your thumb is this bass line. Now, the guitar has 2 extra strings, so they have more room to do bass and treble. This is a more condensed version, so we have to be a little more creative, but it sounds really nice. You can print these tabs out by becoming a Patreon, or you can purchase these specific tabs. I will link that information in the description. So we're going to start. Let's make an E chord. And I just want you to feel this. Now, normally, I like some palm muting with this style. But I want you to be able to see my right hand. So I'm going to have my right hand a little further towards the pick guard here. I'm not playing with the pick either. So you can see my right hand, but feel free to experiment with palm muting as well. If you do palm muting, try to only mute the D and the G strings and let the B and the E ring. That'll give a real nice sense of what Travis picking's about. So we're going to make this E and we're going to alternate 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you get that, we're going to add some treble to this. And on the second beat, our middle finger is going to pull up on the A string. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And feel that palm muting so you can see how the E would ring. If you're doing palm muting, that's what you want it to sound like. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, pinky on the 3rd fret here transforms this idea into an E7 chord. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to play the 3rd fret of the B string with our middle finger on the offbeat. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 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 Okay? Okay, so now that we have that measure down, we have 2 measures up. The first one is kind of our foundational Travis picking on the baritone idea. The second one's going to get a little flashier and show you kind of some of the compromises with Travis picking on a baritone as opposed to a guitar. What we're going to do with the second measure is we're going to pluck thumb on the 2nd fret of our D string, and our index is going to pull up on the open G string. Then the index finger will hammer on the 1st fret of that G string, while the index finger drops down and plays the open B. These are triplets, so you're going to get all 3 of these notes in 1 quarter. 1 pola 2. And on the 2nd beat, your thumb is going to play the 1st fret of the G string. And that's some of the compromise when I talk about Travis picking on the baritone, is this is really our bass string, but we're cheating a little bit here and using it for some melody as well. We have less strings, so we have to use more creativity. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 pola 2. 1 pola 2, and middle finger open high E. On the other measure, we played that one on the 2nd beat. To give it a little more movement here, we played on the and. 1 pola 2 and 3. Back to that D string. 1 pola 2 and 3, and again that 3rd fret there on the offbeat and down to 1. So this measure is based off of something very similar to the first one, just a little more movement and a little more on the offbeat. These 2 together would be 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 pola 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, now we're going to get crazy. We're going to make an A chord. And the reason I say we're going to get crazy here is because of this sound. This. Which will probably be the hardest part in the song. You're going to make this A chord, pluck 2nd fret of the D string, but I'm also kind of making A minor here because I'm going to go 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Then I'm going to play the 1st fret of the B string on the and, 1 and. But I'm going to hammer on with my pinky on the 2nd fret of the B string. Now, at the same time I'm doing that, I'm going to pluck with my thumb, keep the bass moving 2nd fret of the G string, the exact same time as the hammer-on. So you're getting that sound. If you're not getting that at first, I would encourage you to practice it because it's a very cool technique used commonly in Travis picking. But you could just do 1 and 2 and thumb and pluck that B string again with the hammer-on or without the hammer-on. Immediately after that, middle finger, open A string. And then 3rd beat back to our bass on the D string, 4th beat on the G string. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So this next measure, I'm keeping this index finger locked and loaded. So I have an A and an A minor if I lift my pinky up. So I'm going to pluck the bass, lift up my... So I'm going to pluck the bass, and then I'm going to have my pinky lift up, and I'm going to pinch the 2, thumb on the 2nd beat, index finger playing that 1st fret there on the 2. 1, 2, and. This time that hammer-on happens on the offbeat. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. So it's the same move, hammering 1 to 2. I just do it on the offbeat. 1, 2, and 3. Lift it up again. And this time it's 3 and 4, where the hammer-on happens on the downbeat. So you'll pluck it open and hammer on the 3. So we see it 2 different ways. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, hammer, 3, and hammer, boom. Kind of hard to count. It's harder to count than play, actually, I think. Especially if you're saying hammer, like 1, 2, hammer, 3, and blah, blah. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. And as always, you can remove those hammers if that's too tricky at first. Middle finger, open E on the very last offbeat. So it's 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and boom. That's awesome that you're still here. Did you know that I do private lessons? My email's in the description if you want to check that out. All right, so the next 2 measures look like this. Now, the second one, the E7, you've already seen. Now, we're still going to be in position from the A from the previous one. So you just pluck that bass on the 1. 1. And then we're going to make this A7, and you're going to pinch the 2 middle strings. Thumb on your bass on the 2, index on the and right there. 1, 2, 1, 2, and. Then your middle finger plays the 3rd fret of the E string on the offbeat. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 3 and 4, bass as usual. Now to give this some action though, 1, 2, and 3, 4. On the 2nd beat, we're gonna slide into that bar, playing these 1, 1, and slide up into it. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Then of course that E7 that we've already seen, the first measure earlier. Only 2 more measures, this time B7. Now the first B7 is fairly easy. We're gonna keep with our Travis because that's the bass. That's what makes it the bass. The Travis picking is defined by this alternating thumb bass. So we keep that, but we're gonna play 2nd fret of the E string on the 1 as well. So thumb and your middle finger. And then index finger plays the open B on the offbeat. 1 and 2. down to the second beat. 1 and 2. Third beat, again, second fret with your middle finger and thumb. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Then it drops down, fourth fret there. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Then we finish like this. Fourth fret here. We're gonna, a move we've seen, we're gonna play 4, index finger on the third beat. You're gonna go 4, 3, or 1 and 2. Then on the second beat, you're gonna return to that fourth fret of the G string. This is coming from this B7 shape. Right after that, slide it down here, and you're gonna pluck 2, 0, same string. And then we're actually going to go to this outside that we saw from the previous measure. So here you can see the bass is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1. That's just to give it more movement. You can do that. There's not like a hard, steady, fast rule that if you break the alternate bass, that all of a sudden it's no longer Travis picking. You can feel free to use your other finger picking that you've learned to add some details and flair. Hey, if you're still here, we do ukulele every Wednesday and Saturday, baritone every other Wednesday, so make sure you subscribe. Whole thing from the top, I'll count through it, and then we'll just play through it. If you can't count it, you probably can't play it. That's not universally true, but being able to count it will help you play it. So the whole thing will count through it, and then we'll just play through it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 polar 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1. All right, without counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there you go, folks. That is how you do some Travis picking on the baritone ukulele. Now, what you should do is apply this to songs that you already know. Like if you were to take a C chord, start with the bass, and then add treble as you want. You can add treble any way you want. I've done some lessons on turning strum patterns into finger picking patterns. So if you want to try to take a song you know and transform it exactly into this, go ahead and check this video out here. Applying that to this will help you Travis pick kind of any song that you want. Your cover of Wagon Wheel, you can turn it into Travis picking. Your cover of Country Roads, you can make it Travis picking. A lot of cool stuff you can do. All right, new ukulele Wednesday and Saturday. Think about becoming a Patreon, get tabs for all lessons, or you can buy just this one if you want. Also think about some private lessons, and until next time, have a lovely day, friends. Life is good. Rock and roll.